I don't know if we're going to be able to get past Burns here. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to Season 3, Episode 4 of Fire Force. And last time we left off, we had Joker and Shinra taking on Captain Burns. And yeah, it just seems like with him getting stronger the hotter he gets and basically untouchable, there's not really much we can do against him. I think it's more of the case that we're going to have to either get away from him, get past him, or just this is just a distraction for the others to get through. We also have on the other side the rest of our company taking on Gold, I think is her name. I think that's her name. It was only said like I think the one time. And she's pretty confident she can stop them as well. Though she was also confident they wouldn't come through this entrance, and they came through this entrance anyway, like right after she said that. So, don't know if her confidence is trustworthy. Excuse me. Woo. That came out of nowhere. I can't say out of nowhere. I did feel it coming, but... Ugh. Don't know why I've been so sneezy today. I sneezed like during Sympho Gear as well. But yeah. I'm really curious to see how these fights end up going, because that's what we're kind of focusing on right now. And the fact that Arthur fell off before, he's gonna definitely be coming in clutch, right? Like, that's definitely what it's setting up. We're gonna have a big Arthur moment, which, you know, that makes sense. Arthur's definitely gonna get his big moments. I guess we'll just have to see how this ends up going down. It's like, not much else left to say, so let's just get into it. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah, it's like, I really don't have any doubts about Obi, like, being fine. I don't, again, know how it's going to happen, how he's going to be saved, but he'll be okay. I guess it's a matter of just seeing what happens next episode. Arthur coming in to save the day from, what was his name, Scream? Was not really a surprise either. It's like I expected him to come in. Though I was thinking he was going to come in more during the battle with Gold, but no, she was dispatched pretty easily. Just the shot to the head was so sudden and like intense, and it's just like, oh, she's just dead. She's just like very fucking dead. I loved her desperation beforehand, though. She actually showed a little bit of more emotion in her voice. She's like, no, wait. And then, boom, right to the forehead. Right in the target, too. And then Scream was defeated in, like, one hit by Arthur. And then we have this other guy who, well, I guess we don't know what he can do yet. But I doubt he's an issue at all. So, it seems like our biggest issue is still Captain Burns, which makes sense. We know how strong he is and everything. And there are other white clads who are like notably stronger that we still have to eventually deal with and everything, so definitely something we're going to have to figure out here. I'm very curious to see how this is all going to go, though. But The one thing I feel like obviously obligated to talk about is Tamaki here. Tamaki, like, is just the worst character. Um, the creator of Fire Force refuses to allow her to be useful without ruining the moment by making it all about her, terrible fan service. It's like even when it does help win in the end and defeat the opponents, it's still reliant entirely on the fan service. And like I said in the reaction, I do give it a little bit of credit for being equal opportunity by having like the guys pull off their pants and everything as well, and like even bringing up the calendar so that they're completely unashamed of it. I can dig that. I think that's a pretty a pretty reasonable thing to do, but like this actually furthers my hatred of how Tamaki is handled, because of the calendar and everything else, and the practicality of what they had to do here. The others removing their pants because of their belts and the metal within it didn't come across as fan service at all. Like with Maki, with Hinoa, with any of them. It was a practical decision that they had to do in order to stay safe. But with Tamaki, it not only is done through her lecture lure, but on top of that, it goes out of its way afterwards to focus the camera on her ass. To have these very specific shots of her ass that are like very clearly there, like 100% for fan service. Those shots only exist because of that. Also, utilizing her tail and using the different ways to increase the heat and everything in order to melt the iron, like that could have been done in so many other ways. It didn't need to be done that way. They chose to do it that way because it allowed for more fan service with her. It was an entirely calculated decision for the sake of sexualizing her. And it continues to undermine her character and treat her as an object rather than a person. She's literally being used as an object, as a pot for them to melt the iron in. Tamaki is not a character, she's a plot device. And I say that with the pun intended. She is only there for fan service. Her only existence is for fan service and to be used as a tool by other characters. She does not exist within any level of self-autonomy. She does not have a character outside of her fan service. Because the creator, the writer, doesn't allow her to have that. She is an outright terrible character who takes away greatly from what is otherwise a great series. She is like Mineta with My Hero Academia, or Sanji with One Piece. Although she's not the character who's perving, her character has no depth to it outside of who she is as a sex object. I mean, hell, I can't even really like authentically compare that to Sanji because Sanji has a lot more depth. Sanji is more than that. Even if Oda likes to forget that sometimes and only treats him as, a pervy, weird asshole who sexually assaults women and has a desire to do it more. Not getting into that can of worms today, but you get the point. He has more character and depth than Tamaki. Tamaki is on the level of Mineta in terms of having no other character besides this one trope. Every time it even gets close to trying to let her have any other type of character, it's just taken away and invalidated instantly. She is a waste of space, she is a waste of screen time, and she, actively damages the series. And this isn't just me. This is a very popular opinion. I hear people talking about this constantly. Almost every time I hear someone mentioning Fire Force, this is brought up in the conversation. Because people hate her as a character. And people hate this trope. And rightly so. And the worst part about it is Tamaki does have potential to be an actual character. She does have potential to be good. But they ruin it at every opportunity. And when they showcase in the series other characters like Maki and Princess Hibana, whose fan service doesn't take away from their character and in some cases even enhances it, it just really proves how, with Tamaki, the writer just doesn't give a shit. The writer just wanted a character in here to be a lecture toward. For viewers, and probably themselves, to lecherously gawk at. That is the only point of her existence. And it annoys the shit out of me. It actively annoys the shit out of me. The series would be 10 times better without her in it. And that's not a good thing. If a series would be better by removing a character who is a major character, that means that something's been done wrong here. Something's been fucked up in the writing. But I've bitched about this plenty in the past. I'm probably going to bitch about it more in the future. So it's you get the gist. And I like that in this episode Lisa gets the chance to do something. Iris hasn't done anything so far in this fight, but at least Lisa's getting to have a time to shine as well, because she, let's be honest, hasn't had as much time to shine. And that's wild too. Tamaki is unquestionably supposed to be a bigger character than Lisa, and yet Lisa is more of an actual character and is taken more seriously and gets to actually, be awesome in this episode. Tamaki is much more major of a character by intent, by writing. And yet she's treated as less of a character by the writing. That's fucked up. You can have a character who's sexy. You can have a character who's meant to be viewed as attractive, but also make her useful and valuable. And again, the creator has done this in this exact series with Maki and Hibana. They're very clearly meant to be sexy characters. You're supposed to view them as sexy. There's fan service for both of them. And yet their fan service is handled so smartly, so intentionally, that it works for their characters, and instead of taking away from them, actually adds to them. All of their fan service scenes are useful. Even Iris's are useful for developing her character. But it's just like, I don't know if the creator has it out for Tamaki or something, but it's just like, it seems like that. It's just really fucked up how that's handled, specifically for Tamaki. But anyway, I at this point have absolutely zero faith that anything's going to change with that. I have zero faith that Tamaki's ever going to be anything more than just a sex object. It's gross, it's upsetting, and honestly, I've lost hope. There's just nothing left in regards to that. So we'll focus on everything else, and I think I'll probably just do my best to ignore her at this point. Just for the sake of my own mental health. Like, just continuing to bitch about her probably isn't going to help with my emotions. So I'm probably just going to ignore her from here on out as much as I can. I'll probably mention her here and there, but I'm going to try my best at least to not have these big long rants about it anymore, because I just don't care. At this point, it's just like, I don't care anymore. She's such a waste of space that I want to ignore her existence. So, yeah. At least this episode gave us a lot of good stuff as well. I'm excited to see Arthur probably, hopefully fight some more, maybe against this other guy. And yeah, I'm really having fun with just the tension of what they're doing with Obi. Even though I still do not believe for a second that anything's actually going to happen here. It would be interesting if Obi ended up gaining fire powers from this. I kind of don't want that to happen, though, because I like that he doesn't have powers and he's still as strong and capable as he is. But if it's done this way, to where it's like, oh, it's forced on him against his will, but then he, like, you know, makes the best out of it, I can live with that, depending on how it's done, depending on how it's written. So we'll see. We'll see. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.